I'm about to bust. Oh my God. I love this place. Just kidding, no I don't. Welcome back again. I said recently you'll understand once you see the other video. I'm filming 2 videos today. I don't really have another intro for this. I'm ignoring the big video because I really don't care about that one anymore. It'll get done eventually, maybe, hopefully. I don't know right now, and personally, that's not what I'm going for. I have another content package. We're gonna rip that open and we're gonna get to the stuff. You know what the fuck is up. Today we have another special one. Boom. We now have the Emporer Might Deck Set. What? That's crazy. I also promised in the last video, this was the package that I was talking about when I was reviewing this. I do want to compare the size difference in boxes. It is pretty much, like, really, really small compared to the Emporer Might Deck Set, at least. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I'd almost prefer this because, you know, same amount of bays, but this is just gonna overall be a better packaging and saves a little bit of money, but, you know, whatever, man, I don't care. This is smaller than I was expecting. I don't know why. I think I perceive things wrong for, like, boxes and blades, etc. We obviously have Emporer Might, which is Emporer Might Heavy Operate. And then you have Golem Rock, Metal 85, and High Needle. And then you have Gill Shark 560 Free Ball. So that's gonna be cool, especially because there's a blue free ball. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about this kind of as I go into them, so I'm not really stalling that much. I don't know if I'm going to censor these QR codes. I might, because I might be scanning them just to see if I can get any lottery chances, but if I can't, whatever, it's fine. Alright. What side is this open on? It's open on the bottom, so we're going to slide it out like this. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, there's so much dead space in here. Like, I feel like they could have made that box a lot smaller. Alright, so, oh, Jesus. Oh my lordy lord. I'm also going to go ahead and say that this is technically the first TT day I'm reviewing on this account, because technically it's all on the same day. Yeah. Oh my god. Again, I said it before, this is not a real knife. Do not sue me. F you. I love this. Totally not a real knife. It works really well for things that are knife applicable but don't need a knife entirely. Oh my god. There we go. Nope, that was not a there we go moment. That's a there we go moment. I'm gonna try to do a transition. I'll text if I didn't do anything correctly. Whoa! Whoa, everything's magically done. Gonna throw away my definitely not a real knife. Let's start with the fucking Hulk. So, as you can see, this is the Hulk. You've heard of the Thing. Now we have the Hulk. This is just Rock Golem. Really great, because I love this fucking blade so much. As you all are probably, you know, aware of, I'm not a fan of metal coats because I don't like damaging them, but I'll probably use this one as a replacement if anything. It does look really pretty though, I will say that. I have actually wanted to get an M85 and I was considering getting Tricera Press specifically for it, and then I remembered it came in this deck set anyway, so I figured I'd just wait until I got this. Now we have High Needle. I mean, it's High Needle, but it's needle. It's just another needle driver, just needle but high. It's tall, but it'll never beat me because I'm the highest in the room. Whoa, it's on there like that. Okay. In general, well, let me backtrack a little bit real quick. I think that Rock Golem is a pretty decently heavy blade. M85 is not that bad. I'd say maybe it's actually a little bit lighter than the Ghost Circle blade, which is not a bad thing. I'm going to say that's not a bad thing. If it was the blade, that would be a bad thing, but since it's not and it's the ratchet, that's not bad. That's going to be a lot of added weight. Now we're going to get into this one, which is Gill Shark. This is actually one of my favorite designed blades. I am a sucker for bright colors, unfortunately. So even though this is a really pretty blade, I'm not going to lie, I do prefer the original one better with all the orange and that like teal blue and the pinks. I know it assaults people's eyes, but I like it. And you know what? Fuck you. I like this blade, and I like the original one better. This one's not bad, but I like the original one better because fuck yeah. Alright, this is 560. I definitely did not forget what that was and had to look. Anyway, boom. If I remember correctly, I think Gill Shark, the blade, is an echo of Sheltered Drake, I think. And of course, Free Ball. I've actually liked the Free Ball bit a lot. I do not like that I only have it in yellow, because I don't really like using yellow that much. But I do like using, guess what color? Blue. I like blues and purples. Purple. I love purple. I'm glad that I can actually now have a driver that will color match better, and it's one that I use. So yeah, this is the Free Ball gimmick. It works kind of well, but essentially what it is it just doesn't have any friction. It can freely twist, versus something like this where it kind of like locks. Like I'm sure you can hear that difference where that one kind of like locks and has like here, this one doesn't. It's just rattling around. Now we're on to the Emporer Might set. I do think it's interesting coming from Hasbro, as like a Hasbro only person, that TT CX blades come in as one package. I think it's kind of cool. So now that I have it disassembled, and this is kind of why I like disassembling them, because it gives you a whole different look. Obviously, this is probably your heaviest CX lock chip, because it is a metal lock chip, just like the Valkyrie one. I don't think it's Victory Valkyrie, that's the burst release, but yeah, overall, I do like the design of this. I wouldn't put a sticker over it unless I got a second one. The weight, I think, is going to be a little interesting. Yeah, so, and then you have the Might blade, which again is metal coated. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do that, although this might not look quite as bad. But I do like it. I think it's really pretty. It is pretty heavy, but it's circular. So it's got that nice like wizard rod shape. It's pretty thin. So I think this actually would have a lot of potential, unsurprisingly, since there's a lot more. And of course, this assist blade is called Heavy. The only reason it's called Heavy is because it has these two metal parts next to it, which are supposed to weigh it down and make it, you know, a heavier assist blade. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a maldeformed Jaggy assist blade, which I guess isn't a bad thing. I like using Jaggy, especially for its shape. So yeah, that's your top layer for Emporer Might. And unfortunately, this one does not have a ratchet or a driver. This is one with an integrated driver. This is very similar to the one to the ratchet driver combo that came with, I forgot which, Pegasus Blast. So, however, with Pegasus, it's a thing where I believe it's like the reboot driver, where it starts out with a lot of stamina, and then as it goes in centrifugal force, I'm not going to go through the entire thing. Essentially, once it slows down, once it starts losing stamina, it's going to retract in, and it's going to give it more of an aggressive stance so that it can get some really strong final blows. Anyway, with this one though, however, and I want to clarify it even though everyone else probably knows because I'm just stupid, this one does not automatically mode change in battle, or at least it's not supposed to. As you can see, there's these two little points where it kind of like locks in right there and there. What you can do is you can pull it apart a little bit. Here, let me see if I can get a better angle. Pull it apart like this. See? better. And then you grab it, and then you twist, and then you twist, and then you twist, and it locks in. And see, now this is flat. However, if you unlock, oh, I was doing it the wrong way. If you unlock and then twist, it goes down and it gives you like this ball bit. That's why this one is considered a balance bit instead of attack or stamina. That is, ooh, it's kind of tight actually. Ooh, 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 guys, ooh, I gotta try. That's tight as fuck. All right, cool. Anyway, yeah, so that's your Emporer Might. Yeah, let's get down to business and let's get to testing. Obviously, we'll test both stamina and attack mode on this. I also forgot to highlight it that the same case with Pegasus, it comes with this because of the ratchet integrated driver, so that you're actually able to take the CX blade apart because you do not have a driver which you're supposed to use to actually separate them. So that's really cool and a nice inclusion. Gill Shark first. Okay, so we are running Gill Shark 560 free ball. Whoa, that was more aggressive than I wanted it to be. Oh my god. I'm gonna break my spring launcher like that, I swear. Okay, I'm done with that. Golem Rock. Awesome. M85. Supposedly gonna be pretty cool. High Needle. Yeah. Oh, shoot. It does look really cool while it's spinning. It does look like a brain boom. Kind of reminds me of when Drasil is spinning a little bit. You feel me there? You feel me on that? I mean, you probably don't, but yeah. Ah! Get got, motherfucker. We have the upgrade. We got Emporer Might Heavy Operate. Okay, cool. First off, we're gonna be starting in the stamina form right here. The little, yeah, white. I almost called it yellow. White ball. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That actually has a lot more aggression than I was expecting. I mean, it is probably due to the way that I launched it a little bit. I would not be surprised if that has something to do with it. Ooh, I can hear it like roaring. That's kind of interesting. Wow. Maybe I launched it weird, because that seems super unstable. Oh, close to an extreme dash. Ah, we can still take it. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. It might be because my stadium is a little low, and I'm gonna be real. I probably need to get a new one at some point. Jeez, that is weird. I wonder if operate's just really that unstable, because the rest of the base should be really stable. So I don't know what's going on. I think it might be operate. Anyway, let's do the operation. It's now in attack mode. Go. Shoot. Three. Oh. Alright, it tried going for 4, but it got 3 extreme dashes in there. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's not bad at all. We are going to be doing first in stamina mode Emporer Might Heavy Operate versus Wizard Rod 160 Hexa. Wizard Rod going in first. Following is Emporer Might. That seems kind of solid for a second, and then it just kind of... I can't tell. Both of them look like they have a lot of stamina left. Well, look at that shit. Shoot. Shoot. getting some nice heavy hits in. But unfortunately it got really imbalanced. Now it looks like it's going. Damn! I'm realizing that seems like it's an issue with it. It looks like Emperor gets really unbalanced really easily. Although I think it's either due to the fact that a lot of weight is towards the top, or operate is just unstable. Okay, sorry. Rod. Might. Oh, shit. Big hits. And this is still in stamina mode, keep in mind. I did not change it. We'll do attack later. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's it for Might. We'll do its final battle. Go shoot. And go shoot. Oh, actual action? What? In my Game Day Stadium? Crazy. Oh, almost went for a reverse dash. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's just too much stamina for Might to deal with. Switch it up a little bit. We're gonna go fight for it. This time, Wizard Rod is going in first because Emperor Might will definitely not have enough stamina. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. I don't even know. Go shoot. Go shoot. Oh, damn. Whoa. Giving Rob some hops there. Yeah, fine. Yeah, unfortunately, that was just way too much stamina for it to waste. Go shoot. Yeah, those weren't a bad couple of hits, but I unfortunately think that, just like before, this is probably what goes down. Damn, unfortunately. I'll give you at least a shot to knock it out. Okay, it did knock Rod out. Also knocked itself out. So real quick, before we wrap up this video, I do want to go over one thing real quick. And that is, if you guys are unaware, Emperor Might is actually not supposed to be standalone bay. Specifically, when talking about these three right here. Emperor Might is actually the upgrade for all three of these bays. And we're going to go ahead and give them all the parts that they need. Boom. That it is in this order. Let's just go with Incendio first, because that's going to be the easiest. Take out Kick, take out, what is this, 470? Here we go, and then you put on Operate, right? Okay, there we go. That's your upgraded Incendio. Got that. You got your Operate bit on it. Nothing too special, unfortunately. For Arc Wizard, we now have Might Wizard. Whoa. So Wizard obviously gets the Might Blade. It keeps around. And then it keeps the rest of its parts. Just like that. Dran, which gets the brand new Heavy Assist Blade. Do that, use your tools, lock it up. Get that all in. Boom. And now you have a Frankenstein set of parts that you can use to set everything else up. You now have, what is this combo gonna be? This is gonna be Emperor Arc / 470 kick. Very interesting. So these are your fully upgraded bays. Dran, Courage, Heavy, 660, Vortex, Wizard, Might, Round, 455, Low Orb, Reaper, Reaper, Incendio, Reaper, Turn, Operate. This one actually looks kind of weirdly interesting. It does look like a weird Frankenstein parts kind of thing. I low-key kind of fuck with it. It's ugly and it's cute. I was thinking about testing them. I'm gonna be so for real with you guys. I don't want to test them. But that's your look at it. Okay, so this has been my overview of the Emperor deck set. Recapping the parts, we have Gill Shark. Honestly, not a bad blade. I don't mind using it. Unfortunately, there is better stuff, so I wouldn't use this in any competitive viable situation, but it's still pretty cool. 560, I really do like this colors, but just kind of like this. It is an okay ratchet, but it is not super useful. Unfortunately, I'll also have to put this one in the pretty mid tier as well. And then, of course, we have Free Ball. This is probably, ironically, one of the best parts in this set. I love Free Ball, and unfortunately, since mine was yellow, due to that being the only one released in Hasbro, I'm very glad to have a blue one now, especially because I like to use a lot of blues in my set. Alright, now let's go over the Hulk. Needle. Do I even need to do the bit? Then we have M85, also known as Metal 85. It is a 5 ratchet with metal, and it's at an 85 height. Like I said, I do not have experience with this because this is my first one. I am going to have to do more testing with this. Hopefully I'll be able to give you guys my thoughts on it in the future. And then you have the green... the green Golem Rock. Yeah, this one's pretty good. I really love this blade. I use a Golem Rock in my deck pretty frequently, so I would definitely say if you're interested in it, use this. I don't think you could pretty much ever go wrong within your deck. Now, finally, once again, main event, we have Emperor Might, also known as the upgrade for Team Persona, which is Courage Dran, Reaper Incendio, Arc Wizard. So, you have Reaper Incendio's upgrade, you have Operate, the Ratchet integrated driver that has a mode change, but not a mid-battle mode change. Instead, you have to change it by hand outside of the battle, which, to be frank, is not necessarily a bad thing. Mode changing bits in the middle of battle notoriously having a problem where they use up so much stamina, and it's a lot of stamina that will just end up going to waste. Because the mode change, let's be real, does not suffice a lot in battle. Courage Dran's upgrade, we have Heavy. Heavy is kind of a pretty cool idea. I ironically predicted this a while ago before Emperor Might was even announced. I was saying, I think it might have even been on Reddit when I commented, hey, wouldn't it be really cool if they added metal assist blades, because that would be kind of crazy, right? I was wrong, because this came out like a month later. Overall, I think it's interesting. I don't think it's going to be as useful as I'd like it to be, but I think it definitely will have a potential, especially with a lot of lighter CX blades, but maybe not Emperor Might. So, now that we're on to that, let's get on to Arc Wizard's upgrade. We have the Might main blade for the CX system. I like this one a lot. I do believe it is one of the heaviest CX bays. It might be the heaviest one, I don't really remember. But overall, this is really cool. Overall, I don't think you can ever go wrong with the waffle. So if you want to use this, as well as like Blast or something, I would say go ahead and use it. They've both seen some success in the competitive scene recently, so I'd go with it. Finally, not an upgrade, but we have our first readily available metal lock chip, Emperor. Oh my god, this probably is going to have some use, especially with combos like that use Blast and Might. I think those two are going to be really well, and they'll benefit a lot from just, I think it's like an extra 5 grams from this. Only negative is that it could make you a little top heavy, which can unfortunately throw you off balance. The Rock Golem is pretty worth it. I'd say the Emperor Might is pretty worth it because you get quite a few bits. The only things I would not really say are worth it in this is Needle. Okay, but in all seriousness, there are a few things in here that I would say that are not personally that worth it in my humble opinion. That would be High Needle, Operate, and probably 560. And I guess Skill Shark. I do not have an idea or an opinion yet on M85. Like I said, I need to do more testing with this. I already love Golem Rock. I have a vendetta with needle bits. I'm sure you guys have caught on by now, and if not, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I think these are going to be really useful additions, especially because it seems like this is primarily focusing on trying to make a heavy bay, which I think is going to help a lot, especially with the CX line. Unfortunately, this one has like 2 parts that aren't worth it, which are the ratchet and the blade. Even though I like the blade and the ratchet, they're actually not bad, but I do like using free ball, and I think that is one that everyone should at least have one of in their deck. Or not in their deck, but at least in their collection. Yeah, so overall, I think I have to say this is one that I would definitely recommend buying. I think the value here is pretty solid. Keep in mind, if you guys don't want to do that, we also already know that Hasbro is doing a 1-to-1 release. So that means you'll get everything here. So if you live in a place where Hasbro is probably the only like local thing that you can get base from, and you want to wait, good news is that you probably only have like 3 more months at most. Yeah, but overall, like I said, I think this is worth it. If you want to pick one of these up, I can confidently advise you to do so. I think there's a lot of pretty competitive viability parts in it, and if there's not, and some of them might become viable in the future. I mean, I don't know, we've seen a lot of meta changes in the past couple of months, but yeah, I think this, all in all, is a pretty good set. Like I said, this entire thing is worth it pretty much except for Operate, which is, I guess, a fun thing to mess around with. Same thing here. There's not a whole lot of, upper-wise, but this driver is definitely really solid. I know a lot of people actually do like Needle, so I'll include that thought. But Rock Golem, always, every single day of the week, I will take a Rock Golem, and I think you guys should too. M85, like you said, I have to do more testing. I don't think it's going to be a terrible thing, and I have a couple ideas for that in a video that's coming up soon. But M85, I do have plans for, so hopefully we'll get to that. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. This has been my Emporer Might deck review and unboxing and testing and bullshit video. Thank you for watching. As I'm sure you all know, I am your favorite internet fail girl, and that is not a question, that is a statement. I am the favorite of you. I am the favorite for you, and you fucking know it. Don't lie to yourself. You love me. Anyway, I have been your local internet fail girl. I love filming these for you. I hope you love watching them, and I will see you losers later.
Cause I got a lot to do, you know I'm kinda pop star, kinda white boy awesome, covered in lip gloss, kisses blueberry blossom. You heard of me? That's probably cause you gossip, your mouth tastes just like my name, I'm so nauseous.